this video, I'm going to be showing you the truth on reality, understanding the holographic nature of it, and how you can change every area of your life easily. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a powerful understanding that I think will totally transform your life. And it's the nature of the way reality works in general. It's understanding something that science has been coming to understand, but is now becoming more seriously taken into consideration. And we're starting to learn more and more about this whole process. Now the truth is, and with this, I'm going to be showing you how to practically apply it with that of life in general, because maybe your experience is where you want to increase or you want to improve success in your life, but you find out that it's quote unquote hard to do. Or maybe you have one area of your life that you know if you just make it a little bit better, it'll be something that transforms your life. And sometimes what it could be is what I'm going to be sharing with you today. It's understanding this idea and how when you do this one thing, everything begins to change. Now, first off, we need to address understanding that reality in of itself is a hologram or is holographic in nature. Now, a hologram or a holographic, understanding what this means, has to do with understanding the one and the whole. Now, if you have a hologram, maybe you remember, I remember when I was growing up, I had those old Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards, you'd have the picture part, it would be a hologram, which means that when you moved it, it would look like it had some type of 3D depth to it. But in a hologram, every little piece is also full of the whole entire piece. And it means that the one is the whole and the whole is the one. Now let's look at a couple other patterns in life of how this works. So we have that, what is called reflexology in our body. We have our hands and we have our feet. If you've ever been and had a massage, maybe you've had a reflexology type massage, what you'll notice is that there's these charts. And in these charts, you'll see that the nerves in your hands and the nerves in your feet run, and there's organs, the same nerves that run through the organs run through certain meridians in the hands and certain meridians in the feet. Now, why is this? Well, when it comes to the holographic nature, in the same way that a hologram will have every little pixel, will have the whole image within it, so does our body in the same way. We may have our hands, we may have our feet, but that run through our hands, that run through our feet, we have the same nerves and we have the same pinpoints for certain organs. That's why they say that if you have a headache, if you were to press on a certain part of your body, like right here on your hands, you begin to relieve pressure in the head because there's certain parts of your hand that relate to the part of your head. So it's almost like the energy flow opens up. Now this is something that they use in acupressure, acupuncture. This is something that they use when it comes to reflexology, like when you're getting massages. This is why sometimes you may just get simple massage and you may start to feel relaxed in so many different ways. Well, there is a correlation between the body, how relaxed it is, and how the mind feels and how you feel. So this is about understanding this idea of understanding the one is the all and the all are the one. Now let's look at us as a society. Let's look at collective social conditioning. If we look at just conditioning in general, we look at the collective consciousness, we see that within our body, we have that of cells that go through our body. Hopefully we have a lot of healthy cells, and then of course every now and then there'll be the sick cells, what they call cancerous cells. These cells take more from our body, and it's something that we have to fight in order to keep ourselves healthy. Now, in the same way that we have cells inside of our own body, and we can stay healthy if we put nutrient-rich foods in our body, we stay healthy. If we do the right things and we exercise, we put a little bit of stress on our body, then our body tends to rebuild itself even stronger and our energy levels tend to go up. However, in the same way that we have cells inside of our body and our body is over 70% water, in the same way the earth itself has cells on the body of earth. Those are called people. And not only that, but the earth itself is over 70% water. So it's very interesting, this microcosm to macrocosm type correlation and how the one is the all and the all is the one. So what I wanted to do before I got into the practical side of this video is explain that and help you to understand that we live in a holographic nature type reality. Now, the cool thing is that we are so much more than we can possibly imagine. That we exist here now, and that it is highly probable that this in itself is a virtual reality. That we exist at a higher level of consciousness. We are unconditional love and bliss. That is who we are, and we have a dream of life experience on earth because we forget that that's who we are. And even though that seems painful, there's a lot of benefit in that. Imagine you're playing a video game, and in that video game, you know it's a video game. You might not take it as seriously as if you, in a way, log into a video game that you think is real. This is a very real feeling video game. From a certain perspective. That's a metaphor, but it's a certain perspective. When at the fundamental base, we are unconditional love and bliss, and we are also all connected. The reason you feel unconditional love and bliss when you look at someone else is because that's your natural state of being. When you feel that positive emotion, you're allowing more of that to flow through you. Anytime you feel separated from someone else or you label them in your own mind, that label is defining them, and that won't feel good. So it's about being aware of this intimate correlation. Now, when it comes to this whole process, collectively, we are creating our own reality, and individually, we are creating our own reality. Collectively, because we're all doing this together. We're all one consciousness. This is why almost all the great sages of our past, all the enlightened masters that we can imagine, they've all said the same thing. We are all one. Love is all that exists. Everything else is an illusion. So it's about being aware of this and then using this to transform our life. Now, I had to explain all of that so that now I can bring it into the practical side of this video and how you could transform your life. And I think that if you do this, it will transform your life. But I had to explain all of that so that you see these patterns, so that you know this is something that's actually true or something that at least you can relate to. When it comes to understanding this holographic nature of reality, how can we apply that towards our life? Well, this is what you do. When you change one area of your life and you focus on bettering one area of your life, that will influence many other areas of your life. Let me give you an example. If your intention is to become more successful, but you don't necessarily know how to become successful, one thing you could do is you could get on top of your health. You could start to eat healthy. You could start to exercise regularly. You could increase the health sector of your life, this section of your life, because many times if you do this, you will then have more energy. You might find that you feel very drained of energy. You might find that you eat a lot of food that brings you down, and by doing so, you don't have the energy to become successful. Because to become successful, it does take energy. Now, it doesn't mean it has to be hard, but the energy can either be something that you allow because what you do is you get on top of what you put into your body, you focus your mind in a certain way, and when you're focused on what you're passionate about, it's easy. It doesn't have to be hard, but it does take energy. So with this, if you increase the health in your life and you start to get on top of your health, you say, you know what? I'm going to make the choice right now to become very healthy. Guess what? You may find that you have more energy. That as you have more energy, you come up with more vital and creative ideas. That these vital and creative ideas then lead to you becoming more successful. If you want a relationship, maybe become more healthy because as you are feeling more energized, you have a more magnetic type energy. Then when you're around other people, you're more attractive. You see, there's many, and then it can work in many different areas. You could do that and then get your relationship. Maybe you already have a relationship. You get that going 100%. And then that energy of that relationship is not draining you anymore because now you've worked on your relationship. And then you have more energy to put in success, to put into health, to put into whatever different area you want to improve in your life. Now, the reason this works is because when you improve one area of your life, you give the opportunity to increase all areas of your life because they all link together. So, the way I wanted to say this to you and the purpose behind it, my intention, is that you look at your own life and look at the different areas of your life. Right now, how do you feel about your relationships? How do you feel about success? How do you feel about your health? Those are the three main areas, but there's so many different subset areas that you can look at. look at these and then decide, is there one of these that would be the easiest for me to change? That not necessarily the easiest, but you believe will have the biggest impact on you. And then what you can begin to do is you can begin to do that. You can begin to change your life in that way. And you'll find that if you just focus on one area of your life, it will eventually influence many other areas of your life. Maybe as you go to the gym, then what happens is you start to meet more people that are fit and in shape, that have a lot of energy, and maybe they just so happen to also be successful. And then what you do is you surround yourself with these successful people, and that influences you in subconscious ways, and then that improves the finances of your life. And then you have more energy, and as you improve the finances of your life, you let go of a lot of stress that doesn't serve you, which means all your other relationships start to go deeper. Relationship with your family, significant other, whatever it is, friends. So you see, one area of your life, if you make the choice right now to change one area of your life, you will find that every area of your life begins to raise as well. Because the microcosm, the macrocosm. Because this is a holographic type reality in nature, and what we can begin to do is use that to our advantage. So right now, choose one area of your life that you can begin to change and simply make a choice that you are going to change it. And then what you could do is follow that up. Start to create momentum. Start right now. Take a little action. Move in that direction. If it's health, if it's relationships, if it's success, whatever it is, and start to move in that direction. You'll find that everything else begins to raise because of it, and then you start to create what you want in your life. The main reason I also wanted to make this video is to share this understanding of the patterns of reality and understand that we are all one consciousness. I can look to other people and be like, that's them, that's other, and this is me. That's emphasizing the label, that's emphasizing the form, that's emphasizing the ego. At the fundamental core, everything in our life is a reflection of what we believe to be true, and every one is a reflection of the one consciousness. But I'll leave that for a different video because that will go even deeper. So, with that being said, I will also be doing more live Q&As on Instagram. So you'll see Instagram, boom, right there. And I do live Q&As there. I also post daily content 2 times a day, every single day, no matter what. Also, if you want a meditation that will help you to raise your vibrational set point so that you create what you want easier than ever, it's absolutely free. And you could download it, top description box below. Listen to it for 21 days. I think you'll get the best benefit out of it. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. What are you doing? Subscribe if you haven't done it already. And other than that, peace, much love, and namaste.